Welcome back to the vlog, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy Jimmy English, and once again, you are on the walk with J Rock. And you know what time it is. It's cardio time, being a lean, mean fighting machine. Anywho, let's jump right into today's topic, and it is about communication in relationships regarding couples. Now, communication in any relationship, right? If it's father, son, if it's, parents, I should say, to their kids, bosses to employee, whatever the case may be, communication needs to be across the board. But we're just talking about communication in relationships. So, why do you ask that communication in relationships is number one? It's because everything else follows with that, right? So the trust follows with that, because now you're open and honest with your relationship, with your partner, I should say, because you are what? You are communicating. Second of all, you're going to know what your partner is feeling. So if they're having a shitty day and you say something that usually won't piss them off, but like I said, they're having a shitty day, and here you come along, you say something, and they snap at you, and you're like, what the fuck, why are you snapping at me? And they're like, oh, I'm just having a bad day, and they didn't tell you that. Well, now they just started something that could be avoided because they didn't communicate with you. So always communicate how you're feeling with your partner, so you do not have conflict, you don't have those petty arguments and have headaches that you don't need or want. Second thing is to know what your partner is doing. Now, this doesn't mean having control of your partner and always have to know where your partner is at all times and what your partner is doing and who your partner is with and everything else like that. But it's nice for when you're in a relationship to communicate with your partner on what you're doing, just in case that if something happens and they know where you're at, so they can get a hold of you. They can go, if they're close enough, they can go to that place, or whatever the case may be, right? It's just common courtesy to say, hey, this is where I'm going, this is how long I'm going to be. If I do not text you back or answer your phone, this is why. So you don't have another conflict of that partner blowing up your phone, right? And wondering where the fuck you are, because let me tell you something, a lot of shit's gonna go through your significant other's heads, like what is this person doing? Are they okay? Are they fucking somebody else? All this shit comes into play. So if you are out and your partner ends up calling you or sending you a text message, do the polite thing and the courteous thing and pick up that phone just for a second and be like, hey baby, I'm out, I can't talk right now, this is when I'm going to be back, this is when I'm available to talk, whatever the case may be. If they shoot you a text message, take 10 seconds out of your precious fucking time and say the same thing, if that's the case. Communication, because you are, like I said before, in both aspects, you are going to start a fucking fight that you do not want in your relationship, and it's pity. It's a pity fight that you don't need, a pity headache that you don't need. And all you had to do was take 10 seconds and pick up and answer a phone call. Take 10 seconds and shoot a text message, right? Or take time to say, hey, listen, this is what's going on with me. So I might not be in the best of moods. So you know what? Maybe it's, you should stay away from right now because I'm going through some shit. Or talk to your partner about it because maybe they went through the same shit and they can help you out with your problem. Communication is the number one thing in a relationship, especially if you're seeing somebody. Communication is key, and everything else, loyalty, trust, and everything else follows after that. Because if you don't have communication, you don't have none of that. Because now if you have communication, guess what? That loyalty comes in. Guess what? Now you have communication, that trust comes in. Now you could trust your partner and be like, okay, yeah, my partner lets me know what's going inside, let me know what's going inside their head, communicates what they're doing, and when we can talk, when we can meet up, or whatever the case may be. So communicate with your partner and you will have a great relationship. And I know people out there going to be like, well, my partner doesn't need to know where I'm at, or who I'm with. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm a grown-ass woman. Okay, if that's what you feel like, you are going to have headaches in every single fucking relationship you have. Because that significant other is gonna tire your shit eventually and say, you know what, fuck this, I don't need these little fucking headaches, and move on to the next relationship. I've seen it happen plenty of times, right? I've been through it plenty of times that, it is what it is. And guess what ends up happening? The relationship ends up ending and you leave on a bad note, right? But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, always remember to communicate, especially if you're in a relationship. And live your life, make your mark, and I'll see you on the flip side.